Good evening, it's me again. I managed to get a family and friends ticket, a free ticket to go on a tour around the Williams factory where they make the Formula One cars. It's been a couple of years that I've wanted to go on one of these tours. I've been so excited. I love Formula One. It's something that unfortunately I don't have enough time for at the moment, but I really want to do more. I just love the buzz about it. I love the technology, I love the car stuff, I love the travel, the international side. It's just something that I really do get a lot of joy from. I don't understand everything about it, but hey, you don't really have to, do you? But one thing that was really fantastic for me was to get to see loads of the components and just so much stuff about the cars. So let me start with the beginning. Got there really early and I was taken by one of my friends who works there. So I had a really good tour from someone who knows about the stuff, gets to work in a few different departments as well. I'll show you the introduction of when I got there and what I saw from the outside. I'm at Williams F1. I've just done a tour of the top secret bits. I couldn't film or show you anything, I'm afraid. We saw one of the cars, and the first thing that struck me, I have seen Formula One cars before, Goodwood Festival of Speed, which is a really good car event. It's in June every year in the south of England. I haven't driven there myself actually, but it's really good fun. You get to see lots of people. I saw Mark Webber last time, which was really cool. I saw a few of the other racing drivers too, but I physically didn't quite see them because there were too many heads, so I filmed it. Check out my main channel, you'll see that one in one of the earlier videos. So when I saw this racing car on the floor, just full of people surrounding it, it really surprised me how big the wheels actually were. They were so hard as well, like really rock hard. But don't forget, when they're on the race day, they're really heated, so they really get soft and squidgy to grip with the road. And then we went into the area first where they make the prototypes or the testing pieces that go into the wind tunnel and the actual cars. So they make these mock-ups and you get to see the machines. I don't want to give too much away, obviously, because it's something that is very private to the company, but you see the machines and how they make the different layers to make replicas and so on. We went downstairs into the engineering area where they make the parts. So they might take a big block of metal and it could be just a huge block, and they have different machines and different devices. Like machines are like the size of a ski cabin, you know, one of those ski lifts? Not for two people, but like for 12 people. There's a man there and he controls stuff and he programs it in, and then the machine goes in and cuts stuff out. And if those pieces are a little bit out, like 0.5 millimetre out or something like that, it can really affect. So it's really precise work that they do with these. Everything's cut precisely or hollowed out or whatever. I've learnt loads about cars and how it all fits together and so on. So now I can show you some of the stuff from the conference centre and the museum.
I think that they can do it all 4 tyres in 2.5 seconds.
It's incredible, isn't it?
And you'll probably take the average person probably 10.
So I had my front side on the other day, it took a day. I had to drop it off, bring it back.
And also the wheels are quite heavier than you think.
Well, yeah.
Trying to lug them and get them on right.
Because of the display, we got to see lots of different components where different cogs and different levers and so on, where they are in different raw stages of production. So then when you get to see the cars later on, they're sort of open and you can see underneath and around. We went into one area which was the carbon fibre. You kind of bake the carbon fibre and you wrap it in stuff and stick it in a really, really hot, huge oven to bake. Other areas are where you've got a big piece of composite plastic something, and that gets cut, chopped, whatever, done to it from a big block again into something else. This is probably for the external casing of the car, or you know, because it's made of different material, lightweight. A huge chamber where a machine comes along and kind of, it goes along like different levers, and it kind of goes up and down and forward and round and goes back again and picks up a new drill bit, and then it sort of drills into something else and ekes out a little shape. And it's so amazing. Literally, the machines can be programmed to do stuff and they just do it. And then in somebody goes and hoovers out all the dust and all the rest of the stuff ready to make a new one. and so that was kind of a different area. The best bit was the pit lane bit, where you see the arms that come out with all the cables in that stretch over the pit lane to do the tyre changes and the heating of the tyres and everything. So you get to see that. That's really cool. So it's just like you're in the pits. And again, you see another car. In that part, we saw the stages of different cars and the wings and different things. So then you start to see how it all fits together and all the components. And I just loved it because it was so cool just to start to picture what I'd already learned about engines and cars and cylinders and what goes where. And I really, really enjoyed it. And the cars were amazing. They just looked so good. Also to see the chairs, how they mould the chairs to fit drivers. You know, actually got to touch a steering wheel, which was really cool. One of the proper steering wheels with all the buttons. It literally is like a kid's game controller. But it was just so cool. We saw the wind tunnel. No, we didn't. I don't think we saw it. We saw an area that told you about it. But yeah, just like a little mini museum about it, really. We saw so much more than you'd expect to see. I'm grateful to my friend who took me around because he knew a lot of stuff and he shared it all. He wasn't just like, quick, let's go around. He really gave me a good impression of everything. And finally we finished off in the museum, which was really cool. We got to see lots of stuff and I've taken some pictures of that because that's okay. Oh, in the special projects area, whatever it's called, further down, after you see the special hedge of the was it pit lane change or something, the pits, we then see that special Jaguar car that was not actually made into production, but it featured on Top Gear. I've forgotten the name of it now. I think it's got an S7 and an X in it, maybe a 5. And it was so gorgeous. It was a dream. I was just so in love with it. It was kind of, well, it's kind of got the curviness of the 458 Italia, the Ferrari, but sort of a mysteriousness, sort of like the MP412C maybe. We couldn't take pictures, so I couldn't actually do anything. I think it was because it was the 5th prototype. They'd only made 5 of them. What happened was I quizzed one of the chaps there because he was standing there, nobody was talking to him, they were just looking at the car, which was a second car that was stripped down, but the second one they made that they stripped down. What happened is Jaguar had made this chassis. Is it called a chassis? It's the body of the car. And was it vice versa? No, I think they made the body of the car. And they said to Williams, we want you to do the technology side behind it. So I think that's the way around. And so they did, and then it just didn't go into production. I think it was too costly. But I remember when I watched this on Top Gear, and I was really upset because I thought, no, it's so nice. The hype is because this is when I quizzed the guy about it, and he was really glad to talk about it. He was really interested to be, chatting about the car, and I think he'd worked on it quite a bit himself actually. It is faster than the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, which was the fastest car of its time when it came out, and it's just as economical as a Toyota Prius, or Prius, however you say it, which is one of the leaders in the not the hybrid, but one of the leaders in the electric. No, it is hybrid car leagues. So there we go. But it just didn't go into production. And I remember on Top Gear when I saw it, I was a bit upset because I thought that's such a shame because it's such a nice car. But I imagined it being back in production in about 10 years time or so, because a car like that has got to come into production. It's got to be. There's a huge market for it. I think it'd be a good business venture when technology moves on and the market catches up a bit. We saw the 5th version that was completed in the showroom area where we could just drool all over it. They also had the 4th and then the 3rd or the 2nd, whatever, that were then more stripped down, so you could actually look in and see how the springs and things were mounted and all the different components and technology, and it was just so nice. So I better finish off this video before I get too tired and too dopey and too sleepy. And I just wanted to say I got some souvenirs. I don't know why, but it's always really cool to get souvenirs sometimes, and even the bag from the shop, the plastic bag things come in, is quite appealing, which is weird. I have this weird thing where I don't like chucking away nice carry bags. So I got this boot bag for my gym boots, or my little toggle, a VIP. No, not VIP. It just says that I have a pass to get in. There we go. And I also wanted to talk to you about how good it was there. Everything was really well presented. The building facilities were in such good condition. So it was really nice to see somewhere that really had a good brand identity. And there's no, I've forgotten what I was going to say. And it's no wonder really, because they have a conference centre that we've done the tour of, and the facilities for visitors to use as a conference office premises are really good. They do tours anyway, but they do offer. They do hospitality on race days where you can watch certain races in Williams. Sometimes you can do a link up with the team back in the pits in the morning, registration, breakfast, hospitality bar and activities, pre-race briefing, and I don't know, I'm looking at me, I should be looking at the camera, and live telephone link to a Williams team member at circuit. Watch the race, debrief of the race and get a sweepstake prize, 3-course meal and wines, gift shop, etc. Or you can do a little bit less than that and pay less. So the full one's £210 and the other one's £105. So they're the kind of things you can do. But I also quite liked the look of the tours. I recommend them for other people. The next one is on the 12th of December and the next one is January, probably 2015, probably January. So that's the end of my story. Thanks for watching. Bye.